it one time. Okay, recording right there. Perfect. So recording right there. Okay. Has been built in. Internal speakers will now be.
I'm good, pal.
Oh, something about somebody calling me. I don't want to take that call. Okay. Can you see me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, where did it go? We were just doing it. It just took me away somehow. What happened? Default went away. Why did it do that? Okay, let's see now. Okay. Yeah, it's back. So
Okay.
are you able to see me?
Yep.
And hear me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's do that. And did you accidentally summon me? No. I didn't that. And this decline from my iPhone. Oh my gosh. Why is it staying there? I don't know. You guys are more tech heavy than me. But we are recording. So if you would like to,
Okay.
I just opened up Dylan's, oh, there it is. Oleg is coming in. Perfect. So this way, hi there. Hi, Oleg. Hi, how are you? I'll give you guys a rundown on, this is our property, Monaco Villa in Lake Jackson. That's the leasing office. Right, you could see where the community manager, stays. And then we have inside here, there is our data center, and then the make-ready boards. Look at that. Each unit, what do they need? What do they need for paint and carpeting and everything? Then our leasing office is right there. So this is the one. Sorry, yeah, right there. This is where the entrance is of the property, and then this is our Monil, right there. You could see. Oh my gosh! Look at this here. There we go.
Your mission statement.
Yeah, mission statement, and photo ID required. Touring. This is the our models. Look at that there, right there. There we go. All the different models, framed. Right, so this is here, restroom here, and then we go into, let's see, welcome. I mean, just to kind of give you some flavor. That's my corporate office right there. This way, right up there is corporate office, and then this is our residence center. Residence center, that's for the leasing. When the residents come, future residents, they sit down, fill out applications, and you can see how much stuff we have, right? On the property, the brochures, the cards, that's over here. I mean, the cleaning people are just cleaning them up this morning. But cafe, right? Did you all see that?
Yeah.
That's Monaco Villa. And then this is the one. Remember, I've shown you this pictures before.
Yeah. That looks great.
So, this is it. I know when I purchased it, this was a mess up here. Lots of different, what's that called? Direct TV stuff. And then, we asked them to take the whole equipment away. And then, of course, look at that, the playground, and look how nice the blue swimming pool. I got it, fully repaved and everything when we bought it. This is 160 units, 160, and we got an award from the city, to make it look like it is, as you can see right now, right there. Then the media center right there for the residents, of course, the fireplace and all, right?
Yeah.
Right there, yeah.
Beautiful. Good.
So thank you so much. So I thought I'll just give you a little flavor of this thing here. Alrighty, let me go back into my room. We have upstairs, but then we were holding meetings there. So I'm going to do it over here in a smaller room so that it's more concise. Alrighty, okay. So now starts our big session. Update later. What is trying to tell me? Okay. Alrighty. So I hope you saw this from Dylan, right? He shared with you what he's also doing. See, I'm also coaching him at the same time, like I'm coaching you guys, And he took my business plan And Banavi Papito, who is my graphic artist, she doesn't work for me per se. She works as a freelancer. I got her from Upwork.com, and now she's been with my company 3 years. She does all my ebooks. She does all the websites. She does all the logo designing, the flyers, everything. She does that, And I thought maybe I'll give you a little flavor of this is what he gave my business plan. She already has that in the InDesign or Illustrator. It's called. It's a very sophisticated program. And then he's able to kind of, he's going to probably fix this up, put his things in there and change the color scheme and everything. So that way he's able to put his company's logo and everything on this brochure. It cost me like $10,000 to prepare it, first one, because it took a lot of effort, a lot of designing, a lot of things. And then I provided that to Banavi, and then she did that. She didn't charge me $10,000, somebody else did in USA, when we sat down and so forth like that. Anyway, so this is it. I hope you will, take the lead and design your own. And maybe if you want to, if you just go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, it. And then you could get somebody else or Banavi, whoever you want to use, not a big deal. Then I think even one of my students from Dallas got Virtual One is the name of the company. They charge only $7 an hour. And they also have graphic artists and things in Philippines again. Can you believe it? That's also in Philippines. Okay, so all that. But then, success stories, you can only use them if you say that, like he's raising money for my fund also. That's why he's able to use these success stories, and say that, Vinney Chopra, we are working with Monil and, my investors will be then investing into the Monil fund, right? Which I might have, I think I shared with you guys. Did I or not? I hope I did. The Monil fund. Huh? Did I show you?
Oh,
the website? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The website. Yeah. Monil Multifamily Fund, right? Multifamily Fund.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I wanted to assist on that raise. So when you have some time, if you could just carve out some time, we could chat.
Totally. I could give you personal time, that way. So no problem. And this is really amazing. Most of my people are really getting going on it. It's the Monil Multifamily. It's a 506C fund. I just wanted to say that again. What that means is that is the one where the investors have to be accredited investors, right? That is the number one stipulation. And that's why we have, let me show you here. Again, please go into it if you want to work, with me. Please go into it, get the offering documents, read them and everything, right? And this will really help you learn also at the same time. See, verification, it explains everything. Came right there in the package, offering package right there, verifyinvestor.com. That's where people pay $59. And right there, $59 individually paid by the issuer, free if paid by the issuer. Now, I might buy these, like this one have verify for investors, verify your investors individually $69, prepaid $10 for $5.99. So I might buy that, This way, if somebody does not want to pay $59, I can give them the code number. You know what? That's how it works right there. But then again, that's for verification purposes. How do I go back? Oh my gosh. I thought I just came there. Can I not go back?
You just click out of this and then it should be on the other page.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Just here? No, that's going to ask me to.
Where it says documents, Monil.
Click on, to the left of
to
it.
the left.
On the top tab.
Oh, okay. Right there. Yeah. Okay. Is this the one? No.
No, to your left, right next to the.
Left. I'm sorry. Yeah.
One over.
One to the right.
There. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I couldn't see it over here. I was just trying to look at this little thing is coming on, accept or decline. I did decline. Why is it not going away? Oh, shoot. Huh?
You can't
Right
see
there.
it.
Can you see it?
No, it's behind our screen.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so you cannot see it. Maybe you don't have to worry then. Okay, I'm not going to take any more time, but let's go here. What does this mean? Offering package. See, click on it. That's where it takes you to the offering package. Just in case, if you are looking into, please read through. Oh my gosh, comes back again. That's ridiculous. Why does it do it twice? It should not do it twice at all. Okay, anyway, but you will be able to get, oh, there they are, right there. Offering, placement memorandum, operating agreement and all that. But I do want to show you this one, if I may. This is the one which the investors can have their CPA or financial advisors fill this letter out. Look at that. Accredited investor status certification form. Please download it for yourself also, if you don't mind. That way you will have it for you and you can change it. It's a Word document. So you can just change it, and you will have it for yourself. Are you with me? Right?
Yes.
So I hope you do that, huh? So that'll be good. Alrighty, I'm going to open up now. This is our 4th session. So any questions from the previous 3 sessions? That's what I wanted to ask you all. If you have any question for me from the previous so that we can tackle it right away and then we'll go to the next part of it, Please.
I have one for what we're going to be doing today. I'm actually looking at a deal right now. It's owned by a mom and pop. It's like a low B in a strong A location.
Okay.
And they're trailing 12, their rent roll. They don't actually say, is it 1 bedroom plus, or 2 bedroom on it. So I have to kind of guess. Mm-hmm. And so is that how you typically just guess as to what the numbers are? Because the broker's financials are very weak to even figure out how many of what, and I could email you later, kind of what I'm looking at, but it's not a question for right now. It's just something, food for thought as we go through the underwriting on that Atlanta deal of not all the time do we get, very clear, this is the rent for this unit, this is the rent for this unit. Because I like to add everything up on my own, not trust.
I'm so glad you're saying that, Sapan. I have come across those myself, and so if you're getting a bad management property or mom and pop, they are not that good in providing you the information that you need. And if I may, this will be very relevant. I can show you a very small property that I purchased, and that will be a very good thing for us to see. It's called right there, Avalon Villas. Let's go to Avalon Villas. There it is, right there. 46 units only. And I will show you the P&L that, look over here. Look, this is my, look at these P&Ls over here.
No, we can't.
I know, it was a nightmare for me to pull these numbers out. Many times they do it to falsify. I'm telling you that. They do it to confuse you. They don't want to give you because they want you to, bid on a higher price because you're confused about it. So let's go over here. I started looking at this property. Look over here what I got. I did it by date, right? May 14th, this guy sends me the monthly trailing of this property, Canterbury Square. This is the 10 right there, right? Oh my gosh. What is going on? Right there, look at this. And he sends it to me, right? 1 page, that's it. Nothing else.
That's it.
So, that's it. He says, you want to buy it? I said, no, I don't want to buy it. And then same broker, hold on, sends me almost how many months later? Look at that. February 22nd.
7 months.
Can you believe it? Can you believe this guy? Look at this here.
Oh my goodness.
And then opens as read only. Okay, I'll take it. Come on. But give it to me, guys. Okay, right there. There it is. Okay, there we go. Let's open it up. Guess what he sends me?
That's it.
He wants me to buy this property now 7 months later. This is all he tells me. Income is this much, expenses are this much, net income is this much for the month of November. Okay, let's go here again. 16. Now, 3 months later, 2 months later, he's sending me some more stuff. Look at that. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is what you're dealing with. Again, what we had to do as my loan broker, Brandon, he says, Vinney, this is crazy, crazy. We have to put some things together to make it like Canterbury, August through June P&L, July. This is like 2 months later again, right there. Revised. It had to be even revised, you know. Look at that here. So I'm just sharing that with you that many times if you buy, yes, I did end up buying the property. I did end up buying the property, but it took me a lot of hard work to piece these together. I did it. The seller didn't do it. I did it myself and my broker did. And we ended up buying the property. And now I will take you to why we bought the property, right? You know, I'll just go here. Oh, shoot, the note. Okay, there we go. We want to just go from here to, we'll just go back to the Monil investment. And this is, then we'll just, you know, go to the next thing, okay? Oh, no, this is not Albion. What was that property called? Avalon. Avalon, right there. Let's go into the underwriting right there, right? And there we go. And 3 underwritings also. Remember, I keep them all. I don't throw them away. Look at this here. That May 22nd, we did it. He kept on talking to me. I said, I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy it. Lowering the price, right? August.
What was the original asking price?
Original was, I think, 1.8 or 2 million. 2 million. What did I pay for it? Let's look at it. What did I pay for it? I paid 1.725. 2 million was the original price. And it cost me 37.5 per door. It's 94% occupied as of today. I raised 150 for renovations. And actually this $25, 25,000, you see, he gave me rebate for changing the boiler. So 25,000 he gave me rebate, and 25,000 I got rebate from the broker, by the way. You know, so he paid me at closing also 25,000 because I kept on saying, hey, 46 units, I don't need it. It's not in my game plan. But I own a walking distance property from the same street, 120 units, Havana Villa. So we are managing this asset from the Havana Villa 120 units, see?
Nice.
So that's the reason. And look at that, 12.76 cash on cash. If I take out the 150,000, it was 15.46% cash on cash, you know? All right. So again, you know, I'm just saying that. Let's just go to next question. So what you have to do, right, Sapan, you have to piece it together. If the property is good, if you want the property, if it's in an A or B, A- area, I'll go for it. I'll work hard to make the numbers work. What you want to know is the rent roll, what they are charging right now. Shop the property. Go there and ask for the sheet. You know, hey, how much is 1 bedroom? How much is 2 bedroom? Today's date.
Okay.
That's it. And then you put it together, the rent roll, and you do the whole thing. And you do that. Okay? Alrighty. Let's go to the next thing.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm glad. That's a good question. Oleg, any question from you, bud? From the...
Listening.
Okay, good. How about Philip, Georgie? Any question from the last 3, sessions we did? We talked a lot. I hope you guys are kind of going back at the recordings also and just kind of superimposing it, because that's the key. That's the key.
Oh, for sure. We're good over here.
Okay, good. So what should we talk about? The spinning of the plate which plate should we take on today?
Are we going to underwrite that Atlanta deal on the call?
Okay, you know what? It's going to be very
No.
hard to write
Okay.
because of the time factor, but I would love
Ah.
if you guys want to do it as a practice run. I just got it yesterday, so I sent it
Okay.
out to you. So it will be
Got you.
great if you could please do that as an assignment, and let's discuss that next week. I think that'll be so
Great.
wonderful, if you would.
Okay.
And
Sure.
do some statistics also. Is this a good market? The broker is telling us some things, but remember, you never want to take what they're telling you because
Right.
they want to sell the deal. I mean, bottom line, they want to sell the
That's
deal
it.
and they want you to buy it, but we need to be the detective to find out what they are saying is true or not. Is the percentage of the renter increase? Remember, he said like, it's 12%
Sure.
or 7% and all that, and get the statistics on that area. Find the crime rate in that property, just to try to find out. Also, I read it that only 12 units or so were renovated. So what is going to cost us to renovate the others? So we cannot take
Right.
the loss of lease just like that. This is the same broker, by the way, who sold me the 2 properties. And I fought for 4 points on their valuation of the property of 191 units. I didn't fight on the 267 unit at all because that was a cheap one, right? And I got it for 40,000, then 39, then 37, as you know, per unit, right? But the thing was, we want to make sure that what numbers he's sharing, that 700 or something, plus the NOI number and all that, they are prone to doing all that stuff to paint a better picture than it is. You know what I mean? So we want to be careful. Okay? Sure. So we'll do that.
Okay.
But let's talk about, we did talk a lot about loan qualifications. Remember last week, and I gave you the statement and everything. So please start that process right away because that will help you to really come to grips with what you can afford, what you can qualify, and you got to seek out a high net worth investor. Could be in your family, could be in your friends, but you got to seek one out right away, That'll be the big thing.
Okay.
The second thing is how many, if I were to ask you today, what kind of soft commitments you have from the investors in your list. Soft commitment means if you find a property today, you lock it in and you're going to put the earnest money down. You're going to write the contract in 3 days or 5 days. You have to wire the money at that time, right? You have the funds. If you don't, you need to find the money from somewhere. You know what I mean? All that. Then have the money for due diligence fee, for traveling, travel and hotel and everything. And then you got to have, loan origination fee is the other one, right? No lender is going to work with you unless you pay them loan origination fee to start. Do you have the syndication fee set aside, which is 12,000 or 7,500, depends on who you go with, right there. So that's the other cost involved, okay? And then on the top of all that, if you're going to be on the loan, you need to have 6 to 8 months of the loan amount mortgage also to show. Otherwise, the lender will not okay the loan, I'm telling you these things because sometimes you feel they will not be needed, but they will be needed, see? Because I have closed on all 26 assets, 100% closing on every single one from the LOI stage to the contract stage to the closing. Every single one, 100% closing.
That's awesome.
And that is awesome, but it happened because I learned in my mind, of my engineering mind, that we need to be working on all these things up front so that we are not caught with the hands down or pants down. Hands down or pants down. No. Anyway, so, we talk about that. So should we look into then, investors how to get the investors. What are you saying to them? You know, and every time we need to have a pitch. I call it elevator pitch. I know Joe Fearless in one of his interviews says he doesn't believe in pitch. You know, I believe in it because, and Grant Cardone, he believes in pitch, you know, because you got to be succinct. When people are listening to you, you need to be totally aware of what you're saying, you know, and you got to have that and mirror, do it in the mirror and everything, like I say always, you know, because that's what I've done for the last 40 years. I've done marketing, I've done sales, I've done motivation speaking, I've done be in front of 1,000 people at a time with the lapel microphone and the raw and everything. That's what I've been doing in my life, you know, and not even just like one seminar like some of the people put on. I used to put seminar every day, every single day with different organizations, and I'll speak to 100 to 200 to 500 people every single day at a different location. You know, it's amazing. So it's very important that we hone in the skills of, you know, a presentation, you know, with the PowerPoint and so forth, right? So are you working on the PowerPoint too? See, that's my next question. Are you or not? You know, that's another one. Huh? So please do work on that. Let's talk about if we are talking to somebody, you say, oh, well, please go ahead.
Vinney, just one question before we move on. So regarding the qualifications for the loan, let's say at this point, Georgie and I have communicated with investors, and we have soft commitments, just saying, hey, Phil, if you get the deal, I would like to be involved. Sure. And so now we have a sponsor. We find the high net worth individual.
Love it.
He's on the loan. And he has the 6 to 8 months that sponsor. Now, how does it work when we go to get the mortgage? How does it work when the bank? Will the banker say to us, "Hey, you need to bring these soft commitments as hard now to the table for us to give you that mortgage," or will they just give it to you based upon the fact that, like, I mean, it's our first deal, so they don't know if we're BSing them or not. So,
okay, good point.
How does that process work with making the soft commitments and then bringing them hard to the table?
Oh, sure.
Or the banker acknowledging the soft commitments as hard.
Totally. Very valid question. Essentially, we tell the bank that we have the money. We have the equity partners. You call them as equity partners. And none of them will be over 20%. You have to say that also.
Oh, very good.
Them will be coming into the LLC over 20%, because if they come over 20%, they have to be underwritten on the loan. Okay. So that's all you need. And then you tell them, you know, that you have the sponsor, which of course they'll be getting their financials and everything. They'll get your financials and they will start working on the loan for you. About 30 days into the process, they will start asking you, give us the proof of fund. It's called proof of fund. Yeah. So that's why you need to simultaneously work on a package with the, we call it as the PPM, remember? Private Placement Memorandum with the syndication attorney. You should have already talked to them, whoever you choose, if it's, you know, syndicationattorneys.com with, you know, King Taylor, my attorney, or anybody else, you know. So you are able to have all these things in your pocket right away, because as a syndicator, you have about 90 days, 3 months to close on the property. You have 30 days of due diligence or 21 days of due diligence period to qualify to say that you're going to move ahead. In my case, and my thinking is very similar like Grant Cardone, by the way. You know, I like that guy. He's really amazing. He really is. He's going places. And his philosophies are very similar to mine because I was taught that way, you know. And what it is that once you do the underwriting, once you do the area study, once you do what the property looks like, I have made a decision in my mind, no matter what, I'm going to buy the property. You know what I mean? So that is the biggest thing which I see in him also, by the way, So that's what we need to. You don't need to spend money in any kind of deal that is not looking good. If there are some red flags, walk away, because those red flags will bigger red flags. They will never become green flags. I say that, they never will. Sorry about that, So if you are thinking that this property is not good because of certain reasons, walk away. So it will, what does that teach us then? We need to be talking to a lot of brokers. We need to be getting a lot of deals. I hear a lot of podcasts, you do too, and say out of 100 deals, they found one good one. You know what I mean? I don't want to scare you, but that is the real deal. That's the real deal, guys. So you got to be talking to a lot of brokers. You got to be looking for all these mom and pop deals because there is a nugget somewhere. And not only that, I was just talking to one of my other friend and I said, you know what? Sometimes there are so many people who know only the residential brokers. You know what I mean? Because they bought and sold, in their families and all. And now they have a multifamily. And they tell their same retail broker, hey, would you try to sell this? So you should be looking at realtors.com. You should be looking at Craigslist.com also. Just say the city you want to buy and say multifamily or apartment for sale and put your city's name and then say realtor.com, It's amazing how many. Google is the best friend. It really is. Google is the very best friend you can have, and it just pulls out reports. Or the, apartments for sale, LoopNet. I do that all the time. And then say Columbus, Ohio. Just say like that. Guess what? You will come across some really good deals. I mean, not good deals, but you will come across some good links, and it's possible there is a good deal out there. So LoopNet is not that bad in the sense that you might find a nugget, but you will find a lot of broker names. Oh my gosh, who are listing. So do you have in mind, are you going for 20 units or 50 units or 70 units or 5 units? You know what I mean? So you got to really decide on that too. And then look at, hopefully it's not 5. I hope it's 20 or 16 or or 50 or 75. Like I say, 70 plus, things like that. So investors, again, my main thinking with the investors is, hey, Tom, I'm so-and-so, I'm, Swapan, and we are always looking for equity investors. You got to underline the word equity investors. We purchase apartments, multifamily, in emerging areas. Wow, another thing. You are telling them right away, apartments, it's multifamily in emerging markets where we look for job growth, and we purchase those properties and have the equity investors invest with us so that they can get the cash flow, quarterly cash flow during the operation of the apartment buildings, and they also get the equity gain. See, look at that. I'm saying so many words, but you've got to say those words, equity gain in the property when we sell them in 3 to 5 years or 5 years to 7 years. And we are always looking for equity investors. By the way, do you, invest in stock market? Do you invest in mutual funds? Do you invest in real estate? That's it. So that is where you want to, I know it looks easy. I've done it many, many times, It looks easy. It seems easy, but it's hard in the sense that you got to write out that script. And you might even like to go back to my ABC or step by step, my lectures. And I think there is one lecture just on this same thing, which I just mentioned. Even on the brokers, I just saw there is a very good chapter, very short one. And it gives you in writing my whole script, So please do go back on that. If I were you, I'll really, really look into, more. Huh? Sure. Please ask me some questions. What did I say just now? And, you got to be always talking to everybody you come in touch with,
On the loan side,
Mhm.
how does the loan originator determine on how much of a down payment do you need? 25% or 20% or?
Okay, good point. Very good point. Thank you. Very good question on loan. Majority of the older properties, I'm saying 68, 69 to 70, 73, all that before 78 kind of thing, with the asbestos and all that, they might give you 30% down usually. So 70-30 LTV is what they go for. Sometimes 75. Sometimes if the condition of the property is good, then the banks might go to 75, loan to value, okay, LTV. And now, if it's in the 80s, they could go to 80% also, built in the 80s, right? 84, 87, and things like that, and above, 1990s and all that. So that's not bad to get 80%, right? Now, smaller loans, Freddie Mac, small business loans are good loans. They do a lot of qualifications and all that. Of course, Fannie Mae goes for a little bit larger loans, but still, I believe in small banks also. Small banks locally in the area where you are buying also would be interested in putting money into the building, which is they could feel and touch and see, So in the Houston area, I've done that, quite successfully with the smaller banks like Independent Bank, New First Bank, or Green Bank. They have given me great loans, right there. Huh?
So after you get like, a track record, let's say you buy 5, 10, 15 properties, do they change the amount, or that always stays the same?
No, it does get better. I agree with you. Yes, even 1 or 2 properties, once they find out, it's amazing how it all works. The more better experience you have, more clout you have, the percentages shift. Even the interest rates shift. It's amazing, Even the LTVs change. Even the commission, the paid out to the brokers changes. It's ridiculous. They could have all these different small things in the favor of a very good buyer. Huh? Yeah, they do. And they get better, to be truthful. Now I've gotten 26 loans, right? So, it just gets better and better. Shortly. And then again, I did explain before that you will need a property management company intact, because they will need to have that contract signed up, and then the lender will ask them some questions also and look at their reputation and everything, who's going to be managing the asset, right? Yeah.
Oh, so that comes before the loan.
It does. It comes at the loan time. They'll start asking you what company is going to be managing it if you don't have experience. In my case, like I sent to you guys, right? It's got me signing at 2 places, I'm the owner side managing member, and then also I'm the managing member of the property management company, right?
Vinney, I got a question.
Please.
So, when you're qualifying, they require a property management company. Does the bank ever have any kind of language in the docs or anywhere where it says that you have to keep the property management company? Like, for someone who is, I have very little experience in this, will they require me to keep that property management company for a certain amount of time? Or if it doesn't work out, and
replace the company, yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they will. I think they have a stipulation. Those loan docs are really, really long, and you have to have attorney look through them. And of course, having a loan broker really helps a lot, even though we pay them, 0.75 or 1%. And now the banks don't charge that fee. So I like to work with the local banks, because then they have loan officers and they are salary people from the bank. So they don't charge you that 1% or 0.5%. You know how it is. So it's good to work with them, and then you have to make sure you understand the loan terms, I call it. But you're right. Even in my contract, if you look at it, it says that we can give a 30-day notice to the company that we are working with to, get them out of there, right? For the property manager. Because you don't want to get locked in for a year. I think in my contract, it says renewal is every year, but then we can fire each other. They could leave us or we could leave them by giving 30-day notice. But I think the bank, because they really give that loan on the capacity of their managing it. So you got to keep in touch with your asset manager of the bank, by the way. This is a new term I'm sharing with you guys. What happens is once you get the loan, there is an asset manager who's on the payroll of the bank or Fannie Mae lender or the Dusk lender or Freddie Mac lender. They keep in touch with you and you have to provide P&Ls, the profit and loss, the rent roll, certification, signed papers every quarter on the quarter. So you have to send them these documents. Otherwise, you could go into default on the mortgage because they want to make sure, these are financials on your asset every quarter. You have to send it to the asset manager of the bank.
Are you doing those all 26 of your loans?
Yes, we are.
Wow.
Right, you have to. We sold 10 now, so we have 16 left. So we have to do that. My accounting department and I get involved. Yes. Please.
Georgie was asking if the person who puts that together for you, is that the same guy that's the fund administrator, or is this someone different?
Okay, good point. Very good point, guys. Fund administrator, which I'm hiring, I've never hired one before. So for your deal, you don't need a fund administrator. The reason I hired the fund administrator is for this big fund, multifamily fund, and then investors will be coming in right now, and then there'll be coming more of them, even in 6 months and 8 months and 12 months and so on. So you won't need that. You are doing a specific offering. That means investors will all come in at one time for the property. So don't confuse that at all. But the thing is, you don't need that. All you need is the software that you will be using to manage the property. It spits out. It spits out the rent roll and the profit and loss statement and everything. Of course, you have to input in.
The property management company will be
exactly.
doing.
Yep. Property management company will have a software. I think I mentioned the name. Does anybody remember the name?
Apolio?
Apolio, right. Apolio is a great one. We use Rent Manager. We have used RealPage, very expensive. I will never say to anybody to get into that one RealPage or one site, Anyway, yeah. So that's the question. So asset manager also comes and visits the property, by the way. And then they look through the condition and make sure that the property is well kept. And if there is some erosion going on or, things like that, they will then write you a big letter and say, we got to fix this. We got to fix this. We got to fix this, and even at the closing, by the way, like I got 14 different items at the villas at Riverside. Okay. And he gave me time, like in 90 days, you got to fix these things. In 6 months, you got to fix these things. In 1 year, you got to fix these things. Okay, so those are important. Huh? Okay, yeah. So go ahead.
Vinney, in your experience, do you, let's say with the investors that are interested that don't necessarily live near you, so they're out of state, and you do these webinars with them or Skype calls. Do you find it better to speak to a bunch of interested people on a webinar or Skype call once at the same time, or do it individually?
Okay, I've done both. I only like to meet with them together if they know each other.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, the thing is, the reason is you cannot really accomplish too much. I have different thinking on it. One negative can spoil the whole bunch, first of all.
Yeah.
Remember that first, because everybody's personality is different, remember? And they will look at the deal differently. They'll ask different questions. And then if one got caught in a big mess of, their negative thinking, it's going to spoil the whole bunch. You will not get anybody there, So what I've done in the previous years is to do one at a time. I know it's time consuming. I know it's all that, but doing that and recording it also makes a good difference, Record it at Skype or record it at GoToMeeting, or anything like that. I think Zoom is pretty cheap. I just got the Zoom for $165 for the whole year. And I can record, I can do all that. I just get it for the whole year. Then you get very good discount. And then you can start the meeting 24 hours. You could record that. I mean, I love it. Out of 130 of my investors, I've only met with 28 of them. 28. I've not met others at all. They've been working with me for 8 years, 9 years. But once you start giving them the cash flow, they tell more people and they tell more people. And that's how it will happen for you guys too, So you don't need to meet them face to face, but you got to not tell them about the deals. You got to have pre-existing relationship, it's called, to the SEC world. You got to know them on the phone or Skype or FaceTime, things like that. And then, surely. So that'll be fine. And I would say that, you definitely, okay, the reason I said I do meet with, like I did for villas at Riverside and villas at Autumn Hills, because my partners were bringing like 5 people together, right? So they knew them, all 5. So I got all 5 together. Okay, can you all still hear me? I know my distance.
We're listening.
Huh?
We're listening.
Yeah, you can. Okay, good. Okay, so how about time-wise also? We'll do about 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1:30 today. Exactly 1:30, because then I'm going to go upstairs and be in the meetings all day long with my staff, my team. We are doing a training session also where all my CMs, community managers, I've already met them. I've been here only 2 days, guys. This is my 3rd day. So I've just spent every single time, right from 7:30, 8 o'clock, and even in my hotel, sending emails and reports and all, then going to my 3 assets I went on Monday, 5 assets I went yesterday, and then I went to my troubled ones in the morning with the Harvey affected and all, spent 3 hours, and my lender met me there, loan broker, executive vice president. On Tuesday also, I had my executive vice president of the bank who loaned me money for those 3 properties, met me there also, 9 o'clock, So I've been like, these 2 days were power action days and making lots of different decisions, lots of different, maybe one day what I'll do is I'll do some notes. And again, that's the operation side of the business. Maybe, I don't know if you want to know about it, but, I have very systematic way I go about looking at the occupancies and vacancies and pre-lease and all that. Yeah.
Vinney, the operational side is definitely something that we would like to.
Surely.
Georgia would like to know.
Totally. And if you want to continue with me, I wouldn't mind when I come next time, even in Georgia, which I'm going next month. I would love to have you come join me there if you want to, and record my sessions also, which is like dual purpose. It will be like you will learn it, and also it will go into my academy. That's the thing, And then we could do that. And when I come back here, I'm coming back in April again over here. I've got a kind of like a mediation meeting. Can you believe it? With one of my a construction company, which didn't do a good job. So I took them to, put a lawsuit or whatever. So we are doing mediation. So I don't know if you can be in the mediation day, but you can be otherwise. I'll be meeting with my staff here also. So all 3 of you, all of you can, come here, and then, you are welcome to it without any fee. You'll observe me, Yeah.
I would love that. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, likewise. I like that as well. Thank you.
Okay, Sapan, that'll be great. Super. It'll be my pleasure. So let's think about it now. So we are discussing these are very important things because, a lot of coaching things won't go into all those things, but let's go into deeper sense. What other questions come to your mind? We'll go into those.
I guess us like Oleg said before, like having like very little experience in this. I saw one of your plates was the legal team, and one of the things that I know could happen is that it's easy on your first deal for a legal team to take advantage of you. So I guess your best approach in going about that, definitely I would think like referrals, even
Yes.
from you, but how could we best go at this from the legal standpoint and have our...
Oh my gosh, for example, in my case, I have only worked with one attorney for 11 years. Just one real estate attorney, that's Milton Colgrove. I would love to say that. You want to write it down. He's in Carrollton, Texas, and he will give advice to you. And again, he can form LLCs also all over. I don't know if he forms in California. He doesn't do it in California, but then rest of them, I really promote Wyoming LLCs, and he does it for me. I have several of them. This one is a Wyoming too, by the way. I think this one is Wyoming too. This one, multifamily. Oh, there it is, Wyoming Limited Liability.
Wyoming, I saw that.
Those are the best ones, by the way. They're just like Las Vegas or Delaware, but then even better because Wyoming is such a small state and it hides your, who's owning and all that. You don't have to pay any monthly fee. Like sometimes you have to pay $800 in California, things like that. But in California, you may need to have one there, like I have one too, because you live there, right? So maybe it's better to do it in California. I think you and I talked about, right, Sapan? You and I, maybe somebody else too. They said, Vinney, we are willing to pay $800, which is good. Why not? Yeah. Sure. So real estate attorneys, how I started was with prepaid legal. They are no longer, I think, but we just paid like $25 a month. We didn't have much money at that time. And then they were able to put us in touch with Milton. Can you believe it? Because you could go to any state. Legal Zoom might do the same thing. Look for a membership, legal membership, it's called, with Legal Zoom. I didn't look into it. Maybe I should. That way, they actually, for the fee they charge you for the month, they give you lawyers, New York, not New York, any state, they give you the real estate attorneys, which charge you much lower fee than what they charge other clients. That's how it is, see? So that's what I did, and then Milton stayed along with me. He's my counselor and, he's overlooks all my business, all my contracts and everything, and very reasonable too, So that's what I could say, right? Okay. Syndication attorney, Kim Taylor, syndicationattorneys.com. Kim Taylor is the one. And I think she did mention it that she has, one of my students who's been with me now a year and a half and in my mastermind from Stanford, not Dylan, his name is Joshua, and he just went cross country. He met with, actually, can you believe it? He resigned from Microsoft. I don't mind saying that. And then he took a cross country, met with Milton in his office, met with Kim Taylor in Florida. He attended Rod Cliff's boot camp also, by the way, and sent a picture to me with Rod Cliff and him. And Rod is a good friend of mine. And then he said, Vinney, my gosh, I had already learned everything, majority of the things that, I learned in the boot camp, which is kind of good for me to know that my training is pretty comprehensive, and so forth like that. So that's right. But, he's the one who took, I think, $1,000 only, paid Kim Taylor, and she has a really good plan that she overlooks your website and your documents and everything, all included in that $1,000. I think that's syndicationattorneys.com. Please check it out. Do a 30-minute session with her. I think she does it for free. and then you could, sign up with her. Huh? If you
That's a
want
good
to.
deal.
I'm not promoting, I don't want you to hold me liable for anything that happens. I'm just kind of sharing, my good people.
Sure.
Huh?
Thank you.
Good.
Hey, Vinney, do you ever, between the different people on your power team, like the attorney, the accountant, the banker, do you ever have like a Skype call where you introduce them all to each other and say, guys, here's the team, and like you're gonna feed off of each other, or do you just keep it separate?
Good point. Milton knows Kim Taylor. They have worked together. And then Milton suggested to me to get a new real estate attorney in Atlanta, Georgia, because each state laws are different. And I'm buying properties in Georgia now. So guess who I asked? I asked my good student. I've known Ola for so many times. And he's a pharmacist. No, he's a surgeon, I think, who's learning from me in Atlanta. And I said, I'm looking for a real estate attorney. He says, you're not going to believe it. I have the right person for you. I like to network. He said, I went to school with this attorney, my friend, 7th grade. He became a surgeon, I think, and he became a real estate attorney. So now Shola is his name, and we are so excited to work together. And he did both of my closings. He's in my inner circle now. So in Georgia, if you need any attorney, I'll say Shola right there. And then we needed a litigation attorney too. So Shola recommended me to another attorney, Mark Breton. Amazing guy, who used to be a real estate attorney. With a downturn, he got into litigation side also. Reasonable, to the point, excellent. Because you know how it is when somebody gets let go and so forth like that. They like to do, with the local authority to get unemployment and all that stuff. So you need those attorneys on your, you can deal with. So I'm trying to say all that is, they know each other now, right? Okay. Milton knows Shola knows Mark knows Milton. That's how it is. And Milton is on the top. Kim Taylor knows Milton quite a bit right there. And then my Brandon Brown, my loan broker, knows all of them, because he deals with all of them, see? So that's how it is. Awesome. So Brandon Brown is a good one. If you already have a loan broker, great, perfect. I like Brandon because he's given me 11 loans now with the new company. And I don't have to lift a finger. That's the best thing. I love it. He's got a staff. He's got everything. He's the managing director.
Where are you located?
LMI Capital in Houston, Texas. LMI Capital. So if you want to reach out to him, it's let them know Vinney shared that and you are my student, whatever, Huh? Yeah. Sure.
Thank you.
My pleasure. So it's always you want to network. Just always start thinking, wherever you are buying, due diligence, right? Like we discussed that last call. In the due diligence, SID, how did I find it? From the brokers. Who better knows them are the brokers who are used them, and then you find out those names, you call them, and then you network. Yeah, sure. So let's go with some more questions. Sure. What other questions? We're talking good about teams. We're talking about investors base. We're talking about, having the PowerPoint, the business plan ready.
I don't have necessarily a question, but I want to share something that I've found because I've been talking to lenders.
Sure.
And, I noticed that I've spoke to 2 community banks.
Okay.
And they don't have a net worth requirement. So, because I asked them, what do you need as far as net worth? Are you like Fannie Mae? And I found that some of the banks will go up as high as 7-8 million without even that net worth requirement. And those are your smaller community banks.
I love it. That's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Ole. And, maybe if you don't want to, these were smaller community banks, you said, right? So what you're saying is that we could approach them. Why not? Go suited, booted with a tie and everything look professional, and go and sit down with them. And then, show them your business plan. Show them the brochure. If I were you, I'd get that baby all locked in. I mean, I hope you have it ready to send it out to your investors, to everybody, and then go to Vistaprint and ask them to print 5 copies of it, in color and bound, and have them ready. Because when you go to the bank, you say, this is my brochure, company brochure. These are my mission statements. This is how we work with. That will be amazing, guys. I'm telling you. Credibility kit, recommendation letters, print them out in a nice binder. It may cost you $100, but that's going to lift you up so high. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. So let's talk about investors. We are spinning the plate of investors. So let me ask you and give you an assignment to have 100 names by next Friday. I know. See, the thing is, you got to put your head down and then you say, okay, in the Excel, put it in the Excel, first name, last name, first name, last name, first name, last name. And then you could even put down circle of influence. So in relatives, you put down relatives, then write down everybody's name that comes to your mind. Don't think whether they have money or not. If they're adults and they have job, and they, you know them a little bit, and they don't even know what you do, put their name down. I'm telling you, the money is there. Money is there. You got to really dig into the 401ks, the retirement. You cannot listen to anybody what they're thinking. See, you cannot listen to unless you talk to them. I say that all the time. So never rationalize. Never think the way they live or how small their home is or how small their car is. That's not the true indication of what money they have in the bank. And a lot of people will not share their financing with anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They will not. But once you sit down with them and say, by the way, we will be purchasing apartment buildings and this, I want to share with you the game plan, and show them that beautiful brochure. I mean, through the call or through everything, but you've got to start doing that. And then go to the RIA meetings, go to the Toastmasters, go to the Rotary meetings, go to some philanthropic organizations in your town. I will highly, highly recommend wherever your interest is, if it's with the children or it's with battered wives or with whatever, right? There are so many different places. I know it's time consuming. I know that. But that's what we did. I'm not where I am just like that. I worked very hard, very, very hard. I mean, we paid for lunches for the investors. My bill used to be $1,000 for the lunch, and then I did the presentations and the PowerPoint presentation and everything. And then I met with each one of those 25 people, or 20 on the, call, I mean, Skype and things like. So they were tough years starting out. 3 years, my toughest years in this business. But then they got easier and easier and easier. So I think the people who will really, really do well in syndication business, multifamily, will be the ones who are doers, who are survivors. No matter how negative you come to, you just say, I'm going to, crush it. I'm going to do it. Yeah. So I hope you feel in my voice what I'm trying to say, because learning these tricks is easy. It's the application of it,
Absolutely.
It's the application of it. Right.
Vinney, could I know you mentioned you just mentioned like a key word that I love, the credibility kick.
Yeah.
The brochure and the recommendation letters. If we're just starting out, recommend a certain, like in more detail, like how we can make that credibility kick the best.
Exactly. Totally. You got to put your family, you put who you are, and what your background is. I don't know if you have seen I've seen some PowerPoints. I don't have one. I used to have one, but 7 years back, I met a gentleman in the Austin area, and he moved from Michigan to get into real estate, because that was one of the hottest markets. And he showed me the PowerPoint. It was him and his family and his motivation and why he's so excited about life. All that. People like to know that, and the children's picture and everything. This is what I work, for. And now he went into multifamily after that. See, look at that, So please take on that. I wish I had that PowerPoint. I may look into it. If I find it, I wouldn't mind sharing with you guys. But the key thing is,
I have a question. So back to investors. Do you typically approach them face to face when you have a deal that you need funds for, or is this an email or a text or a phone call?
Good point.
Effective.
Very good point. Like what you just said is very crucial. I'm so glad you said it. The thing is, with the investors, you cannot pitch the deal. You can't pitch the deal right away.
Right.
You've got to have pre-existing relationship. So it's called curation period, actually. Curation. Curation, curation period. You could even Google it. SEC curation period. Please read it. It's one of your assignment. You got to really read it because it says that you cannot pitch a deal right away. You got to know the investor, meet with them a couple of times, and face to face, it doesn't say it has to be belly to belly. Face to face is the best way. So I would highly recommend that you always do the FaceTime with them on the iPhone or Android or whatever, and then or do Skype or do, if I were you, I'll buy Zoom. I'm telling you. Look at that. How much did I pay? I think $146 or something I paid. And Zoom.com is amazing. It records and everything, and you can even cover special pricing. Look at that. Zoom special pricing right there. So, you could actually just get that. And the best thing is that you are able to, look at that here, 4-channel. Where is it? Hi-Fi. Oh, plans and pricing right there. So if I were 100 participants, look at that. Personal is free, guys. It's free. Hosts up to 100, unlimited one-on-one, 40 minutes limit on group meetings. I mean, there is no more than 40 minutes. You should never spend more than 40 minutes. Not at all. Because the longer you spend, the more confused investors will never buy. I'm telling you, you only give 20 minutes of their time. And online support, video conferencing feature, you don't even need to pay anything. I didn't know that. I bought this one, great for small teams, includes this, needs more participants, blah, 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 mega meetings, user management.
That's why.
Yeah, so go for it. Set up an account today. And, start doing it, guys. Start doing it. Perfect. So you don't need to meet. And, the best thing is you could even do a webinar to yourself and record it on Zoom today. And then, you're talking to the computer. Let's think that somebody else is there with you. Or you call your family or your wife or, your better half, and you do a call right in your home and record it and see what you are saying to them. I believe in practicing.
Of course, yeah.
So great.
Or when you record it, you have someone pretending to be your investor that you're
exactly.
And then you show it to other investors and they ask all the right questions.
That's right. Now please go on my website, which is, I'll go there to moneelinvest.com. moneelinvest.com. Let's go there. How do I do that? Go here. I know, because see on the top, I have your pictures. That's why I cannot go there. But I'll go to moneelinvest.com, invest.com. That's the site which I started. I never had a website, by the way. For 8 years, I never had a website. All my investors came from word of mouth and everything. Never advertised, never spent a dime on advertising for my business. But I suggest now to you guys, so look over here. See right there, I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm trying some webmaster to do it for pennies. I like to pinch pennies.
Oh, don't we all? Yeah. I used Upwork.
Yeah, Upwork or Fiverr.
Upwork is great. Yeah, or Fiverr.
I bought these pictures. I paid $650 to buy about 175 pictures. That's what, I was investing some money. When I wanted a website, I wanted a nice one. This guy who did this, it should be either this going down or put some strip here. I don't like it, who we are. You could take it from me or from anybody. But if you would, I'd like to give you an assignment to go through this whole website, because you learn so much, why to invest and everything. And you can duplicate your website on this one. See, I stopped doing these things last year. Look at that. So 2016, oh my gosh, these articles actually, maybe I started in 15, guys. I apologize. I think I started in 15 then, when I formed the new company. Why multifamily acquisition criteria? Look at that here. Emerging markets. So please look at that. Look at this here. Wow. So lots of stuff you will learn. The reason I wanted to bring you here, don't worry about the news because we are not updating it. We are updating now VinneyChopra.com. But central banks are dumping, what is it? Investors? Oh, it doesn't open? Holy cow. Oh, there it is, right there. I would love for you to read every single thing, because this will answer the questions that you will get from your investors. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Right there. So please do, look at these ones. And then about us, I don't know what's there. This website, we are not doing much now, with it. Oh, look at that here. This is amazing, right here. Assets through commitment to kind of mission statement. You could take the same one, guys. You could take the same one. Tenant mission, employee mission, investor mission, partner mission. Amazing. Everybody loves it. This is what I designed 3 years back, And then login is what it takes us, my investors, to this site over here. You're not going to believe it. Right here. This is now my new website that I just bought from, look at this here. All my different fund is getting ready, how much money I raised. So my investors now can come here and they look at the properties, which one they have invested in, how much money they've put it into it. Like users, if I see there, I think that's how it looks like. Anyway, but like my investors base, I don't want to, show it or like that, but that's okay, So all these are, this is next chapter, when we talk about how to do this, you don't need to do it. I just did it now to get this going. Okay. This is the other one. Accredited investors, you got to fill this out and put it in your package, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's ask some more questions. We got another, 12 more minutes. Yeah, please.
I was actually just going to share something, for the guys. So I have a site up right now. It's called Enzo Multifamily.
Can I give you the state?
Yeah, sure.
If I may, that will be really, really good for us to see. Let's see here, share. I'll go to manage, and then I make Sapan right there more, and I'll give you the host. So you are the host now, so you can share your screen. That's awesome.
Sure.
And we are recording it, just to let you know. We are recording. Okay. Do you want to change the host to this? And yes, there you are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the property we are in, by the way. This is the property. Okay, I just let you. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, you can see it? Okay, so I have this site basically where I'm in a group of. Oh, you can see it?
No, we cannot see it yet.
Oh,
you have to say share.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. Can you see his site?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I think I have to make one. Oh, here we go.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You got it. Perfect. Perfect.
So let's see if I could drop it here.
Mhm.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. So I have this site right now. We're probably launching this site in the next day or two, but for now, just something standalone
Yeah.
where you can literally click here and it loads, a form basically for an investor to kind of populate, referral or your credit. Just like Vinney said, we actually have a form. Like my lawyers will send on a subscription agreement, and you have to sign and everything.
Sure.
And then just basically what you're interested in, and then I just ask you agree to contact. This all leads to a Google Forms on the back, and it also populates my MailChimp. So then you get in this monthly newsletter. So I have a monthly newsletter I send out about what's going on in the markets, or just like the hottest 2 or 3 topics of that month.
Sure.
And then we did some sub-syndications with Joe, and so I have my own newsletter I send out every month on how those properties are performing, just some basic financials, pictures. And just by doing this alone, because I go on a bunch of Facebook groups, like not necessarily with investors, but with a lot of doctors and lawyers. And I'm always writing every day, commenting on, people say, should you do single family investments? Should you buy 2 or 3 or 4 unit multifamily? And I'm like, well, how about looking into multifamily on a large scale with other qualified credit investors? And they're like, oh, what's that? So then I write a little bit, they come here, and I've been collecting a pretty large, vast database just from that. And then when it populates on Google, I just pick up the phone, I call them, 15-minute session. So at least now I have a pre-existing relationship. And the reason I share,
as long as you are not able to. Now this is amazing, Sapan. I don't know if you already have syndication attorney. Bless it.
I do.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
And so just from this alone, we've gotten, I don't know, soft commitments. I don't even have a deal, and I get soft commitments all the time. So I thought this might be helpful for you guys as well.
Yes. Perfect. Would you like to, if you don't, that's okay too. Do you know the webmaster who designed it? Would you like to share it with some of us?
Sure. I could send his contact info. His name is Paul. He's based out in Spain. And, he did, I don't know if you guys know, I have other businesses. So I found him through Upwork, and he did some work for me there. I liked it. So these pictures, I got myself. I used 123RF, just like you. I paid $80, for a couple of months, grabbed as many pictures as I could, and I gave it to him. And, but yeah, he's very reasonably priced. Paul Whitelam, WHITELAM, and I'll send an introduction if anybody's interested.
Thank you so much. We are all a team, and we want everybody to be successful. And I always believe that sharing is, caring, and sharing is also helping other people to be successful.
I would like to share. I have a whole database of
okay. I love it. Beautiful. So let me go ahead and give you the ball. Can I do that? Let's see. Could you give it to him, Sapan? Can you give it to him?
Sure.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Okay. I think you'll click on Philip. Let's see here. Philip, right there.
Oh, we're on. Oh, yeah. It's okay, Vinney, because we're actually on my computer and George.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe next time.
Actually, I think you could, because.
Okay, Sapan. So how do I do?
Oh, there we go. Make host. There we go.
Okay.
That's my only thing. I need to figure this out. I don't know how to.
Okay. Good. No problem. Thank you for sharing. Really appreciate that.
Of course.
Perfect. So we still have someone's picture there. So you have to say share, I guess, right? You got the.
I think I set you as host.
Oh, me. Okay, so I got it. Okay. Thank you. Then I can give it to now, right there. Oh, yeah. Make the host.
There we go.
Perfect. So, Philip, you are the host, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, you guys see my background?
Yeah, we are. We are seeing it. Okay. Yep. Excellent.
All right. So, let's do.
Can we send the file over this as well, or
Okay, let's see. Yeah.
sheets?
Um,
Alrighty. Yeah. Google Sheets. This is great. That can really accelerate our doing things, quicker and faster, which is amazing. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
So yeah, we have a sheet of these are all banks and credit unions. These are where
I
they're
see. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
all 50 states.
So there's about 4,500 of them.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
Wow.
Yeah, so we can actually we'll share this with you guys. This is that most of them have the name, phone number, and you can call if you see it's in your backyard.
So let me ask you a question. Are you thinking about these credit unions to give you loans or to find the bad assets or value add assets from them?
Both.
Both. Okay, cool. Excellent.
I think some credit unions have some bad assets they want to give
Yeah,
us.
I was gonna say that exactly. So
Yeah.
if you
I
think
just want to create.
you are in that particular area, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so glad that you are able to share this in the Dropbox or the Google Sheets. This way we can keep on adding things which will be helpful.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I think there's a second page to that. Oh, there is. This is credit unions, the first page.
Oh, the community banks. Okay,
Oh.
got it.
Cool.
The second page is community banks. So
This is through all 50 states.
Oh, wow. So you must have paid some money to get this list. How old is the list?
I got it about a year ago, I would say, maybe less.
1 year?
About a year.
Okay. And you know what? The banks are the banks, right? We don't have the names of the people or anything.
Yeah.
Banks won't close down or something. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Anybody else wants to share, or we can then close otherwise? And I really appreciate your joining today with me right here from Texas at Monaco Villas. That's very exciting for me that we are able to do that. And I don't know. I'm just trying to get this ball back. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. Oh, share the screen. Maybe if I do mine, I think it's going to share the screen. Is that right?
Yeah.
I took over, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah, I'm so excited about this, I mean, this is the property I'm at today, right there. This is the property, Monaco Villas. And, we got an award also from the city and so forth. This is where I am sitting right there. And this is, this is the outside and so forth like that. So we'll say thank you so much for joining today. And I'm looking forward to crushing it next Friday. We'll be back on Friday. Thank you for letting me do it.
One last question. Do you know the dates when you're going in Atlanta?
Oh, Atlanta,
Yeah.
I do know. I will know right away. Probably I'll decide it next Monday or Tuesday. So we'll be set for that, huh? We'll be set. After that, we go to
Sounds good.
and then we come back. Then we come over here to Texas for that mediation date and so forth, huh?
Did you say you're going to Greece?
Well, thank you so much, and bye-bye. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
All of you. Really appreciate you. Bye-bye. Okay, great. Let's see. We'll stop the